How does Justin Jefferson heading to injured reserve directly impact the Chicago Bears? I'll answer that question on today's show. Also, could the Bears pursue a trade for Mecole Hardman? And who in the building has a direct connection to Hardman? Is that a possibility? And then, guys, I don't want to jinx it, but Jordan Love might suck. We're going to talk about all of that here on today's show. But remember, Vikings Hate Week continues. Our week-long subscriber battle is well underway, and we got a big lead. But I told you yesterday, I wanted to dominate. I wanted to demoralize Vikings Now and Patrick Seatman, our Vikings host over there. So keep up the good work. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Daily Chicago Bears news, rumors, injury updates, and other videos. We got you covered here on Chicago Bears Now. All right, let's talk about the news of the day. Justin Jefferson headed to injured reserve. They have placed him on IR, which means he'll miss at least the next 4 games. Bears-Vikings this Sunday at 12 o'clock Central Time, which means obviously he's not going to play this week. And my immediate reaction to this is you just have to win this game. Now, you had to win this game anyway if you're going to get back into the mix here in 2023. You can't fall to 1-5, but I kind of look at this now of, yes, the Denver loss hurts. It's brutal. There's no doubt about it. But 2 weeks ago, you would have said, Vikings at home. I know it's at home. That probably favors Minnesota. But now that favors you, so you could kind of make up for that Denver loss with a win here. And with Justin Jefferson out of the picture for Kirk Cousins, I think the pendulum swings towards Chicago. I think the vibes are in a much better place after beating Washington. And even though they lost to Denver, the offense is feeling good about themselves the last 2 weeks. And the Vikings have lost a bunch of close games. Now Justin Jefferson's out. They're pretty demoralized after being a 13-win team a year ago. The Vikes are still favored right now. It's been hovering between 2.5 and 3 points, but I do believe that Chicago should have the advantage here now that Justin Jefferson is out. Does that mean it's going to be a for sure win? No, they're going to have to play well, but with the defense getting some pieces back ideally in the secondary and with Jefferson being out and Minnesota not being a great running football team, I think the Bears have a great opportunity here to win this game. Then the Raiders come to town. That's a winnable game. It's very possible you're 3-4 headed to LA to take on the Chargers. Is this a must-win game for the Bears? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. I don't see how you could say no, for being completely honest. By the way, the Bears have not won back-to-back games since 2021. You've got to win this game and start breaking down these negative barriers that have been standing in the way since Matt Eberflus took over. Okay, Mecole Hardman. He is the latest name to appear on the NFL trade block. Report coming in from Jeremy Fowler that the Jets are looking to find a trade partner for Mecole Hardman. Here's Fowler from ESPN with the tweet saying Jets are looking for options for Mecole Hardman, including a potential trade. Hardman was inactive Sunday and has not been in the plans despite signing a 1-year, $4 million deal with upside to $5.5 million. Jets can find him a new home and more playing time. Now, I don't think you'd have to give up much at all for Mecole Hardman. When a team comes out, it's like, hey, we're trying to trade this guy, help him out. I don't think they're expecting a ton in return. Now, you look at Mecole Hardman's time in Kansas City before signing a 1-year deal with the Jets this year. The Chiefs, of course, draft him. He did some good things. I mean, his rookie year, he had some super explosive plays. That was his career high in touchdowns. But even the next 2 seasons, he was still solid as a role player. 2022 only played in 8 games. That's why the numbers were down. Had an ankle injury, I believe. But a couple of things to consider here. 1, he's got explosive speed. 2, Ryan Poles helped Kansas City draft Mecole Hardman. He was in that front office, and based on what we've seen out of Poles in this regime, they like explosive players, and Mecole Hardman is absolutely that. I think when they drafted Velus Jones, they saw some similarities, even though he was an older prospect of, okay, this guy has return ability, just like Hardman. He can be a gadget guy on offense and someone who can stretch the field. Now, that hasn't, consistently panned out for Velus Jones, but it never really consistently panned out for Mecole Hardman, although his production was clearly much better than anything Velus has done to this point. More on this in a second. Coming up next, does Mecole Hardman make sense in Chicago? And is Jordan Love a bad quarterback? Are we overreacting to the last couple of weeks? We'll take a look at all of that here on Chicago Bears Now. But first, I want to tell you about our sponsor here on today's show, Game Time. I've been telling you guys about the Game Time ticketing app for a few weeks now, and there's just no better service than Game Time when it comes to getting tickets for a sporting event, a concert, comedy show, or anything else. And getting tickets for those events, it shouldn't be frustrating. It should be easy and painless, and with Game Time, it is, because their goal for you is to have a peace of mind with your purchase and to help you save as much money as possible when you're buying your tickets, whether you're going to a Bears game. If you want to go to the Vikings this week, you're going to get the best prices available and pictures of a perfect vantage point on Game Time. That's another nice perk as well. Any other event, Game Time wants you to have the best experience possible. And by the way, maybe you wake up on Saturday or Sunday and decide, hey, I want to go to the Vikings game. You're going to find last-minute flash deals with Game Time, and you're going to be able to get the best ticket price available. If you see a better price with the same section and row with another ticketing service, take a picture of it, send it to Game Time. They will give you 110% credit to lower that price for you. I got to go to the national championship game last year, bought tickets the day of with the Game Time app. Very simple, very easy, very painless. So here's what you need to do. Download the Game Time app right now, create an account, and use code BearsChat to get $20 off your first purchase. That's code BearsChat after you download the Game Time app and create an account today. Last-minute deals for the lowest price guaranteed with Game Time. Okay, let's talk more about Mecole Hardman, the wide receiver situation here. You look at the personnel Chicago has. Obviously, Chase Claypool's out of the picture now. DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Equanimeous St. Brown, Tyler Scott, Velus Jones, Trent Taylor. Few reasons why I would probably pass on Hardman. If he got cut, maybe it's a different story, but even for a late-round pick, I probably wouldn't do it, and here's why. Number one, he was a free agent this year, and the Bears didn't show interest. At least I never saw a report of them showing interest, so I think that's telling, especially when Ryan Poles was in that front office when they drafted him. So, that's interesting to me. And then number two, he doesn't really offer you much of a different skill set than a guy like Velus Jones. I think there's overlapping skill sets with Tyler Scott. And Trent Taylor, is Hardman a tip more explosive as a punt returner? Probably, but Taylor is very sure-handed, and you finally have a punt returner that is just consistently catching the ball and getting some decent returns. I'm probably not messing with that right now either. So I'd probably pass for those reasons. One thing that never really developed in Kansas City was consistent route running. So again, what does he provide over Velus Jones? He also has those inconsistencies. Hopefully the Bears can get Tyler Scott, Velus Jones a little bit more involved offensively, but I don't think bringing in Mecole Hardman is just going to add some extra wrinkle to your offense that you don't already have. Now, maybe you disagree. B. Ryan Poles, B. Ian Cunningham, this front office. Would you trade for Mecole Hardman? Type T for trade or P for pass. Probably going to pass. If he gets cut, would I explore it? Yeah, that's a different deal, but trade for him, even a late-round pick, I'm probably not going to go that direction. All right, let's have some fun. Is Jordan Love bad? Well, maybe. Type FGB, type FJL in the comments. I'll tell you this, he had 3 Smoking Jays. Good call, Coop. It's not for sure. Not bear down, there's no doubt, but it's closer to that direction than fake news. Here's what we do know. He was bad last night, and he's been bad the last couple of weeks. 16 of 30 against the Raiders, who do not have a vaunted defense. 182 yards, 3 picks, and one of them was just horrifically bad, where there's 2 linebackers in his vision and a DB, and he still throws it. You're just like, oh my God. Quarterback rating of 32.2. Just for reference, if you spike the ball on every single play, it's a 39.4 rating. So he played worse than if you never throw the ball downfield. Here are where numbers get interesting too. This season, courtesy of Brad Spielberger, Jordan Love is 6 of 24 on passes 20-plus yards downfield with 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. He is 3rd lowest in the NFL in terms of downfield accuracy. Justin Fields, in the same statistic, 13 of 26, 4th highest in the NFL in downfield throwing. Everybody wants to throw stones at Justin Fields. I know it started ugly, but one thing he has actually consistently done pretty well in his career, throw the ball downfield. That was a big strength of his coming out of Ohio State. Jordan Love, he's very bad throwing the ball downfield. I tried warning people after week 1, Jordan Love, he's him. The Packers have their next 15-year starter. Now, I didn't know for sure if he would or wouldn't be, but everybody acting like that was some generational performance. Guys, he had all day to throw and wide open receivers. You give an NFL quarterback clean pockets on every single snap and wide open streaking receivers, they're going to make throws. They're in the NFL for a reason. I'm not saying he didn't do some good things, but to act like he had just arrived and he was like for sure the guy, I was like, guys, I don't think you realize how poorly Chicago played in that game, even to their standards. So I just think it's interesting. Fast forwarding a few weeks, and by the way, the Packers would not have won a game since if Derek Carr did not get hurt in that game. The Saints played the Packers. They were up 17-0 and rolling. Carr gets hurt, and the Saints collapse. So that's the only other game they've won since week 1. Now, let's take it further. You compare the two quarterbacks this year. 62% from Fields, 55.5% from Jordan Love from an accuracy standpoint. Fields has thrown for 60 more yards, 3 more touchdowns, 1 less interception, QB rating 18 points higher than Jordan Love. And look, he's better as a runner. That's not really to nitpick Jordan Love, who has actually impressed me a bit as a runner as well. The point I'm making is at least right now, Justin Fields is better than Jordan Love. Now, is that something to be insanely proud of? No, but I just think it's another example of how we can all overreact after one game, right? Just because Justin Fields is better than Jordan Love doesn't mean he's a guy heading to the Hall of Fame. Jordan Love is heading to the XFL. It just means that Justin Fields is better than Jordan Love, which, hey, that's nice, right? You have a better quarterback than the Packers right now. The point is Jordan Love's got a long way to go. I think Justin Fields is at least trending in the right direction. The jury is still out on Jordan Love. He started 5 games this year. I'm not going to go super homer, Jordan Love will never do anything in this league guy, but I will say this. I am very confident in saying he's not the next great Packers quarterback, in terms of Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. Can he be a serviceable starter? I think that's possible. He's got good arm talent, but the accuracy issues are definitely there. They're going to let this play out this year and potentially next year as well, as they gave him that 1-year extension before the season. But he's got a long way to go, and I do not think he'll ever reach the status or even close to what Rodgers and Favre were. And for Bears fans, that's a breath of fresh air. That's pretty nice, right? I mean, FGB, baby. Who do you guys think the better quarterback is? Come on. It's Justin Fields. It's Justin Fields. Jordan Love's struggling right now. He's not playing good football. JF for Fields, JL for Jordan Love. Let us know down in the comments. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of Bears Now by Chat Sports. We'll be back later on with more coverage, so subscribe and join us. Remember, trying to beat Vikings Now and more new subscribers this week. So let's keep on pounding the table for that. We'll see you guys soon. Bear down.